If a small, medium-sized business can't access the government funding they need, it's time for them to ask themselves why. It may be that there are too many barriers keeping you from obtaining success in this area and making your dreams come true. So how about taking steps now towards bettering yourself? Hi everyone, this is Maheen from Canadian SMEs Small Business Magazine. Our exclusive government funding partner, Ayming Canada, is presenting an exclusive webinar for SMEs on accessing government funding for small, medium-sized businesses. Ayming is a global consulting firm which has been helping businesses grow and innovate for the last 35 years through its government funding and cost reduction services. They help their clients obtain millions of dollars per year through federal and provincial grants, R&D tax credits, tax recovery, and optimization of indirect expenditures. Consider them as your one-stop international partner, providing you with all the necessary levers to significantly improve your overall performance while demonstrating tangible and measurable results. By allowing Ayming to become a core part of your business strategy, they can help you uncover savings in areas that will help your company grow. Please welcome Diane Warden and Mike Audit, the Senior Funding Advisors at Ayming, to present solutions for accessing government funding as a small, medium-sized business in this groundbreaking webinar.
So welcome. My name is Diane Warden. I'm joined today by my associate, Mike O'Day. We are Senior Funding Advisors with Ayming Canada, and we're very, very pleased to be presenting this webinar. We'll cover government grants and funding opportunities for Canadian businesses, both small, medium, and large size. So we'll start with a background on who we are and the company that we represent. Ayming Canada is a global company that operates in 15 countries. We are a consulting firm and an advisory firm. And what we do is we help companies access and be aware of all the funding that is available globally, and most importantly here in Canada. For background, we have approximately 20,000 clients. We have successfully secured over $14 billion in funding in the last 5 years for our clients. With this 35 years of success, it's translated into a 98.5% success rate. And clients have enjoyed the services that we offer, not just in Canada, but across 15 countries globally, should they have operations or expanding into countries outside. This slide is just a quick overview of all the services that Ayming offers to our clients. And some clients take advantage of multiple programs or just the ones that are targeted towards their businesses. Today's presentation will cover two areas of expertise, and one is the grant funding landscape, and secondly, the tax credit and refund programs through the SRNE and multimedia digital tax credits. In addition to these two services, we'll just touch briefly on other services that may be of value. One is loans and financing. In addition to government grants and funding, there is also a significant number of interest-free loans that can be very beneficial for clients who are looking to expand their business and their operations. There are also companies who provide non-dilutive R&D grant financing, which really is a simple way to say they will be happy to upfront the funding that is secured for you in advance so that you can move forward with projects. In addition to these free services, we also focus on cost optimization, which really is a fancy form for reducing your overhead costs and operating costs. And we specialize in areas like telecom, freight, logistics, car fleet, reducing corporate group insurance, and then also taking a look at the accounts payable for duplicate payment and overpaid sales tax. So here's a glance at some of our clients, and just really this is just to demonstrate the industries that we can support with some form of funding. You can see here that we work with banking institutions, insurance companies, automotive, aerospace, food, beverage, hospitality, manufacturing, whether it be IT, electronics, or chemicals. There really is funding for all types of businesses, but it comes in different forms and different methods. And our job is to identify the opportunity, assess, and look at the ways that we can bring forward this funding to our clients. So this next portion of our presentation will focus on the SRNED tax credits, and I'm pleased to hand this part of the presentation over to Mike.
Thank you, Diane. Good morning, good afternoon, and for some of you, good late afternoon. I appreciate the time to spend with you today. I'm going to focus on the SRNED program. The definition behind SRNED is Scientific Research Experimental Development. As some of you that may have heard in the past something called SRED, that acronym is for the Scientific Research Experimental Development. It's been around since 1986. There is a federal program and a provincial program. And the key thing for SRED is as a employer, as a taxpayer for your business, you have the right to claim SRED. A lot of companies say, well, I can't claim SRED because I'm too small. I can't claim SRED because I really don't know that I have any. Our job is to secure and ensure that you have eligible projects and for us to do the complete turnkey solution for your SRED submission. When we started in this business 35 years ago, we primarily worked on small, medium enterprises. And over the last 35 years, the business here at Ayming has grown that we are national. We're the largest consulting firm in government funding. And our job is to make sure that whether you're a small enterprise, a large manufacturer, an international manufacturer, or even just an IT development shop, our job is to get the SRED claim submitted for you. Surprisingly, Canadian banks, insurance company claim IT projects. And so if they're claiming, why shouldn't you? There's over 23,000 companies, Canadian companies, that claim SRED on an annual basis. And SRED is based on the wages that you pay your employees, so T4 employees, subcontractors, and in the manufacturing world, materials consumed. And so our job is to make sure that we do it from beginning to end. Some companies will say to you, I'll do your SRED submission, and they charge you a fixed fee and then run away. We don't do that. Our focus is make sure that we understand the story, we understand the technical challenges that you've had. We do the complete narrative, we do the full financials. We work with your accounting firm to do the submission. It is part of your T661 tax return form that you submit with your annual taxes. And the beauty of this program is that if you've never claimed SRED, and as an example, if your year end is December 31st, the government allows you until June to submit your 2021 taxes as an example. And part of the SRED program says, I can go back and do 2020 as part of my SRED submission because you can go back 18 months. So it could be lucrative for your company to look at SRED submissions. Companies will also say that I'm not eligible for SRED because I didn't really have any associated SRED submissions because all of my projects failed. Well, the good news is projects that failed are the ones that you want to submit because they are very time consuming and they cost companies a lot of money, and the government recognizes that and they will refund you for those challenges that you have. So again, Canadian salaries on average 74%, your subcontractors is 39%, overhead salaries and consumed materials is if you're a manufacturer, but in the IT world, it's just subcontractors and Canadian salaries. So the biggest challenge that you see out there is, well, I don't feel that I do SRED. And it's our job, Diane and I, is to make sure that you can qualify for SRED. We are the first line of support in speaking with our firm to make sure that you are eligible for SRED. We can quickly dissect that you are eligible to claim SRED, and then we would work with you on a remuneration package that is suitable for your firm, and we will do the complete full turnkey solution, even if you were audited as part of our submission, which doesn't happen very often given our success rate of 98.5. We know that a lot of companies lack this experience and or this expertise, and that's what we're here to make sure that we do. We provide the full support for beginning to end SRED submission. As Diane mentioned earlier, there is no upfront remuneration. Our model is based on submission or success fees. So we take a small piece of your submission as part of our remuneration for having done the complete solution to your company. No financial risk to you. We take on that financial risk, and we're there to support you from beginning to end until the government says to you, we've accepted your submission. Thank you very much for the program. Keep doing the great work that you're doing. So why Ayming? Well, as Diane alluded to earlier, 35 years in the shred business. We've secured over $1.5 billion in annual funding for our clients. The high success rate that we have, and the fact that we have over 200 years of combined shred experience. We've been doing this for over 50 years of combined grants experience through all of the various countries that we work in. And we want to make sure that we offer you a full turnkey solution and take away any challenges or things that you feel you're not eligible to claim shred. At this point, I'm going to turn it back over to Diane. I appreciate your time this morning and look forward to hearing from you at everyone's earliest convenience.
Thank you, Mike. That was very informative. So at this portion of our webinar, we're going to focus on government grants. I want to make sure that everyone understands that there is a distinction, very clear distinction between government grants and SRNED. As Mike mentioned, the SRNED program is an entitlement program. They welcome all companies who have eligible activities to apply for and will receive those refunds back. On the other hand, government grants are forward-looking, so it's not retroactive. The government grants and funding is available to help companies with their future growth initiatives. Unlike the shred, government grants and funding are opportunities that are available to companies who have really been established for a minimum of 2 years, and they're available to companies of all sizes. So we'll start with who's eligible. Are you doing the following? Do you have planned investments for growing your business and market share? Are you improving your competitive advantage? Are you planning to export your products into new countries that you currently do not have sales? Are you planning to hire new employees or train your existing new employees with better skills so they grow with your company? Are you creating innovative solutions? Unlike the shred, which is retroactive, there's significant funding for R&D activities for future opportunities, for future expenditures. So at the end of the day, government grants and funding are available for companies in Canada that are making a regional impact, regardless of their geographic location. So we'll talk a little bit about, at a high level, the eligible funding by categories. It is important to note that there's over 2,000 programs that come and go rapidly over a 1 year period. They all are targeted to very specific activities. It could be industry related, so manufacturing, it could be food processing, it could be information technology, life sciences. It's our job to understand all of the different funding opportunities and then align those opportunities with our clients' activities. You will see in many cases that most companies are available or have availability to apply for business growth funding. This would be funding that would cover 75% of your expenditures and would max out at $100,000 per year. So again, each fund has a different percentage coverage and usually has a cap in terms of the amount of money that would be allocated per company. Capital purchases. Many manufacturing companies, whether you're manufacturing food, you're manufacturing automotive, any type of manufacturing facility in Canada will likely have access to significant funding that could range anywhere from $100,000 up to $1.5 million. Green technology. We're always looking at ways to reduce our carbon footprint. The government is very invested in helping companies replace old antiquated equipment, offer funding that provides solutions that reduce energy costs and savings and environmental. R&D funding can cover up to 80% of project expenditures and can be capped at $1 million. So if your company is spending significant money on R&D and developing new products or processes, this is a great opportunity for funding. Lastly, but not least is hiring and training. There's funding up to $10,000 to train your employees that would cover 66% of your costs. So it's a very good incentive to help, bring in experts to train your staff on processes, procedures that could really help improve your products. In addition to that, there are numerous hiring grants that could offer up to $20,000 per new hire. Our job is to, as I said, identify the programs, bring them to you. So we'll talk a little bit about the process now. What does that look like for you? For each of our clients, what we do is we begin with preparation of an innovation strategy and really identify all the programs. Our clients tell us what they're planning on spending money on, and then we map out the programs that are available to them. We assess eligibility, and then we present them to our clients for programs that they would like to move forward with. We've made these recommendations and our clients wish to move forward with it. We then move to writing the applications. And it's important to note that these programs are very competitive. It's not just a matter of answering the questions that are on the applications. It is really important to position your projects for success and to outshine the other applicants that were coming in. Many of them are time sensitive. So submission times are very important. And again, our role is to help your company identify these programs before they open or at the opening of the intake period, as they close very quickly as funds are depleted. We also act as a role as advisors as the government bodies assessing your application should they have any questions. Again, supporting you through the entire process. Once companies have been evaluated and the government assesses that you're eligible for this funding, they issue a contribution agreement. That contribution agreement says we have successfully applied for and you will successfully receive the funding once you move forward with the project and the project has been installed and paid for. Our role comes into reporting as well. So we'll manage the entire reporting and monitoring to ensure that we're tracking on all program updates and new opportunities as they go. So it's a cradle to grave. You sit back and enjoy our services. You don't have to spend your time, resources, or energy because many of these programs, many companies apply for and do not get success. That's where Ayming's role comes in. We're invested in your project. This is risk-free to you. We are prepared to do all of the identification, all of the assessment, all of the application writing at no cost, no upfront fees, no retainers. And like the SRNE program, we only share in a small percentage of the funding that we secure for your business and when you actually receive the funding. So, why do companies use Ayming, or why do they stop applying for this funding, which is the case in many companies? One, they don't feel that they qualify. Number two, there's far too many programs with different criteria and timelines. And it's minutia to go through and see and do all the work and find out that you're not eligible. They've also tried previously, but were unsuccessful or rejected in their application. Many programs are first come, first served. So often companies run out of time for actually creating the actual application and submission. And claiming grants and tax credits are in silos. So you will never have one source to actually go to find this funding. Again, why do companies use Ayming? One, a track record of $1.5 billion successfully secured for our clients. Number two, we're the only company in Canada with a national grant practice and shred practice. So it means that regardless of where your business is located in Canada, we will identify funding for you. We've also made a significant investment in proprietary IA-driven software that helps us stay on top of every opportunity that is available as your company grows and as the year progresses. There are thousands of grants applications submitted annually, so we want to be part of that with your team. We have no risk success and free consultation of all programs, regardless of whether you move forward or not. So companies always have the opportunity to choose whether they'd like to move forward with these grant opportunities in-house or if they want to outsource to Ayming. So that concludes our presentation on government grants and funding. I hope you found it informative, and if you are interested in learning more about how this funding could affect your business and how you can access these funding opportunities, Mike and I would be very pleased to field calls from you or emails from you should you wish to talk specifically about your opportunities. So again, thank you very much. We'd like to thank the Canadian SME for the opportunity to make this presentation today. We wish you success and look forward to hearing from you in the near future. Thank you.
Thank you, Diane and Mike, for this amazing and in-depth presentation. I hope small and medium-sized businesses learned a lot from this webinar. If you are planning projects in areas of hiring, training, research and development, business growth, capital expenditures, or green initiatives, funding is available from both the federal and provincial governments. To learn more about how Ayming Canada can help you uncover savings in areas that will help your company grow, please visit ayming.ca.